Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Serge B Show. Today, I want to talk to you about the importance of routine and habits, because a lot of the time people, when I ask them, what is your morning routine? What's your night routine? What are the habits, your non-negotiables? And no one has a clue. And the reason why they find themselves not getting results and struggling to actually find a purpose and find that kind of like that groove, right? Like where you're in that momentum, is because they actually are kind of going mindlessly and blindly into their days. And I share that with you because most of the time when we have a system in place, we are in control of what we know how to be in control about. So, for example, if you know what your morning routine looks like, you know what your day is going to start with, then you know that you are going to be able to stack a certain amount of wins before anything comes up and kind of throws you off. And I want to share with you what I do as my morning and my night routine, and what I do also when things go, I guess, wrong, or when a situation presents itself that is uncomfortable. And this is where you can separate the leaders from the followers. It's what they do when adversity strikes, when an obstacle is in the way, that you know the difference between a follower and a leader. A follower will freak out. They will have not one clue to what to do, and they'll look towards other people to make a decision. A leader will stop or pause. They'll analyze the whole situation, what needs to be taken into account, and then they will respond to it. They won't react. They will respond. So all of this is because a lot of the time they've done the work. And when they do the work, they know what is required. And so I want to share with you essentially what my morning routine is, and also why. And the reason for that is because I see and hear a lot of people that, again, just go into their day and they have all of this stuff that comes up for them, and they don't really understand why it keeps repeating themselves. Like, it keeps repeating itself because you are not stacking any wins and you're just basically stacking losses. And so the importance of a morning routine is this. When we can be in control of certain aspects of our life, we feel better about ourselves. We feel more confident about ourselves. Like, life just feels better. And so for me in particular, my morning routine is always the same. I will wake up and it's always before 5 a.m. Reason for that is because I truly believe that before 5 a.m., you are going to become more successful. You get a lot more work done. You are committed to the process. You're dedicated, and nothing stands in your way. Now, in saying that, it's not 5 a.m. Monday to Friday or Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. It is 5 a.m. Monday to Sunday. It includes the weekends because on the weekends I get more work done and I'm actually more driven to get work done. So I say this with you because when I wake up, the very first thing is, what can I say to myself? Those first few words will dictate how I feel and what I think. So straight off the bat, I'm going to think about something positive. I'm going to use a positive mental attitude to elevate me, to get me out of bed. And I want to get my feet to the floor as fast as I can. So I will wake up and get up. All right. There is no snoozing. All right. I like wearing my Whoop band. Reason for that is because it actually vibrates when it wakes me up. That's my alarm clock. I don't have a sound. I have a vibration. And I like that because, one, it kind of, well, it's not something that I have to listen to. It's something that I feel. So I do that. I'll get up right away and my feet will hit the floor. And instantly, those of you who follow me, you'll see that I actually instantly will go over to my dogs. I have 3 dogs. And I love going over to my dogs because they bring me so much joy. Every morning that I get to see these dogs and I get to see like them waking up and kind of like their eyes are all droopy and stuff, it just brings me so much joy. Warms my heart. So like, I feel like I've got a purpose right off the bat. Start taking care of them. But then I'll go and fill up 20 ounces of water. And as I kind of start to take care of them, I'm also downing my water. And I love that I get to kind of spend this morning routine with them as well, to an extent where I know that I'm going to be helping them kind of start their day. And for those of you that don't realize, but dogs always have a purpose. They need to have a purpose. They need to be in a place. They need to go and do a certain thing. They have jobs to do. So my job is to get them to start doing their jobs. So I'll do that, and I'll always drink my water first thing before anything else. Reason for that is because I want to make sure that I rehydrate myself from whatever dehydration has been taking place during the night, if it's anything from breathing to sweating or whatever. And that's really kind of rehydrating myself and also giving my brain, the very first thing I want to give my brain is water. I want to fill it up, and I want to make sure that I'm thinking clearly. So it's also going to wake me up as well. After that, I will do two things. The very first thing is I'll journal. And I'm a true believer in journaling. It doesn't have to be long. It has to be short, sweet, to the point. Just get it done. And I like doing this. Now, you're going to get a lot of people like, you don't need a morning routine. You don't need a journal. But you know what? We need to kind of get to know ourselves. So I think it's important to get to know yourself. Like you have to, you're constantly changing and growing. So the more you get to know yourself, the better you're going to know what you're capable of, where the areas that you need to improve, and the areas that you also need to maybe even just like elevate that area. So journaling is also what helps get whatever's going on in your head out on paper or however you want to write that down. And it just gives you an opportunity to put yourself in a good position mentally. That's why people journal. People journal so they can stop thinking about things in circles, put them on paper, and then solutionize it. So I'll do that. Then I will go and learn something about the world. How I do that is I have specific people that I will read from. I love reading from Napoleon Hill. I love reading from any of the Stoics that are out there, the philosophers. I'll look at Socrates. I'll look at all of those people that I know can really kind of help me understand more about the world. So once I've learned about myself and I've learned about the world, I then can now put something like in practice. And after I've done those two things, they don't take a long time, right? I'll give myself at least about 15 to 20 minutes of that. Then I will go and get some work done. Everybody knows that if you're on my email list, and I'll drop this in the description, but if you're on my email list, a lot of people know I pour a lot of my heart and soul and meaning into these emails. I will speak from a place that literally can give you as much value and understanding and resonate with you as possible. So in the emails, I'm always sharing stories, what I've been through, what people that I know have been through, and it really helps people understand. Because at the end of the day, I'm looking for a point of connection because I want people to feel like I can connect with them, that I'm there for them, that I'm cheering them on. So I will always go and I will start doing some meaningful work. And one of those points of meaningful work is trying to reach out to people like you who are listening to this, where I can actually give you, I guess, a boost of confidence, where I can be an even just like 5 minutes of your day where I can make an impact in your day. And that's why I send these emails. And now after that, I get ready and I am off to the gym. So that's really what my morning routine is. And it's really important that I uphold that routine, because what I've done is by putting something like good in my body, I'm stacking a win. By giving myself a really good, solid, positive self-talk, I'm stacking a win. By learning about myself, I'm stacking a win. By learning about the world, I'm stacking another win. And also by helping others, I'm stacking even more wins. And that's what I want to do, so that now when I go and present myself to the world, I'm in a better headspace. I know that I have a purpose and a drive, and I know what I can actually do for people. So when you do this, when you stack with so many wins, whatever happens after that, that's going to be easy, because you've done the hardest part. The hardest part of the day is doing some of this meaningful work. This internal work, I guess a little bit of external work, all of this is what helps you grow. And a lot of the time people don't realize the importance of it. And you'll get some people out there that don't agree, but you know what? Look at their lives. Look at their success rate. Look at how many people they're helping. Maybe they're not helping anyone and they don't have any routine. They just get up and go. And the people that just get up and go or the people that get up and slow, right? They do nothing. They get up and then they just sit down again. Like, you can tell based off what their routine is, what their future looks like, what their lifestyle looks like. And so I share this with you because if you don't have a routine, go and find one. You need to create one that's going to help elevate you, that's going to help put you in a good, positive headspace, because things are going to come up in your day. I can guarantee it, and you're not going to like it. And then you're going to track back, why do I feel so uneasy about this? Why am I constantly on edge about this? Well, it's because you're never actually in a solid place to begin with. Put yourself in a solid place and things will change for you. And so after that, here's that next point. Something will come up, right? Someone's upset, a situation has presented itself, and I have to make some decisions. And as a business owner, that's going to happen. I understand that. I don't expect everybody to handle it the same way because they are not me. But what I will do is I will always try to present myself in the best way I can to handle it. So I don't do a fight or flight. I don't agree with it. Do not fight or flight. Basically, both of those are two very extreme reactions. I'll do a freeze. And in my freeze, I'll pause for a second. As I'm pausing, I'm thinking, okay, what does this look like? If I go this direction, what could that mean? If I go that direction, what could that mean? That is what true leaders will do. They will actually look at the whole scenario, the possible outcomes with whatever action and decision that is taken. And that's where you know that the reason why someone's capable of making those decisions is because they've done all this work before they even come to the decision-making process, and they know how to make that decision. Now, it doesn't really matter. Every decision comes with it the potential of failure. But when you kind of play your cards right, you kind of have a pretty good idea of what it's going to look like. And so when you come to a place where there's confrontation, there's conflict, there's things on the line here, you know that you have to make the best possible decision for the greater good for as many people as you can. You're not going to please everybody, but knowing that you're coming into a situation from a solid sense of self, that's how you know you are ready at that point. You're ready to take control. You're ready to make a change. You're ready. And that's what we do these routines, because these routines build us. It's called that resilience, that perseverance. Like, this is what gets us to the next level. And so all these people are like, I don't need that. I don't need that. Well, why do you keep showing up and going in your fight or flight reactiveness? Because you're never actually solid in yourself. Create a solid sense of self, and you will not react. You will respond. Those who react don't have a solid sense of self. Those who respond know exactly what they're doing. And that's the biggest difference between someone who does the work, who puts in the effort that's required, and someone that doesn't. And so that carries over to what the next point is, which is going to be a night routine. So when you look at your night and you're just flicking on the TV and you're just like basically getting all of this stimulation in your brain, and you're getting pulled and pulled and pulled, and you wonder why you can't sleep. Let me tell you why. That TV is probably killing you. And a lot of the time people will tell me, well, it helps me sleep. I can guarantee you right now that there is enough evidence out there to support that it does not help you sleep. It actually makes it worse for you. So our brains are not really kind of connected with that. We aren't used to getting all of this stimulation, whether it's scrolling for hours, whether it's getting stimulated from the screen. That is actually going to be a massive detriment. If you're looking at trying to get a good recovery, if you're looking at trying to get a good solid sense of sleep, then you can't have that involved in your nighttime routine. Yes, you can probably watch a little bit of TV, be on your phone a little bit. I do that, but then it stops. There has to be a cutoff point. So I don't actually watch TV, but I do get some work done, some final tasks done on my phone. But all of my tasks must be completed by 8 p.m. because I need to have at least 1 hour to 90 minutes of zero stimulation, where my phone is not in front of my face. I'm not looking at a screen, even if it's a computer screen, an iPad, or a TV. There is none of that that's happening. I am on this winding down, decompressive time. And when you do that and you commit to that, I guarantee you'll sleep better. And now my nighttime routine is very simple. I will make sure that I've had a good solid dinner. I'll make sure I get my tasks completed. And then at the very end, I will make sure I have a list of things to do that I need to start my day with tomorrow. And so I'm not thinking about it. I will write it the night before so I know what is to do the next day, first thing in the morning. And so after I've done those things, my tasks are completed, my phone then will go away and I will then decompress, spend some time with my dogs again, kind of wrap things up, make sure that I'm in a good environment, right? Clean environments matter. I don't understand how people can go to bed with a ton of things to do around the house. Don't do that to yourself. Put yourself in the best position where you're in a clean environment. Clean environments matter. They literally can change your life. Make sure that your house is tidy. Make sure your room is tidy. Make sure you are tidy. Like it presents yourself. Even to yourself, present yourself. And so I share that with you because it makes a huge difference to how you sleep. If you sleep in a clean environment, you'll sleep better. If you sleep knowing that things are done, you'll sleep better. All of these take into account and they matter. So I'm going to share that with you and encourage you that when you wake up, have a routine. When you're winding down, have a routine. And then you will find that when things pop up in the middle of those two, you're going to be better at responding to it. And you'll start actually responding to it and being less reactive. So I hope that that helps you guys. And if you aren't a part of my email list, I'm going to drop it in the comments. I'm going to give you 2 options of jumping on that email list. The very first one is going to give you 30 days of free dumbbell workouts, and I'm going to give you another one, 30 days of free kettlebell workouts. Now, once you download those, you will automatically be subscribed. If you don't like it, just unsubscribe, keep the workouts. I don't mind, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to jump on that email list and start resonating with some of the content that I share. So I hope that this has been helpful. Please go and create your system. Your system matters, okay? And if you have no idea what that looks like, reach out to me on Instagram. That's the best way to find me. Reach out to one of my coaches. They're amazing at their systems and their routines. Incredible. I've taught them. They can teach you. Any of my coaches can teach you. Ausletics can teach you. Everyone out there. There's a million people that can teach you. If you want to learn from me, you are more than welcome to learn from me what that would look like for you. So I hope this is helpful, guys. I hope you have an amazing day and you keep listening to this. Share this with as many people as you can so they can become less reactive, more responsive. And just remember, guys, you are one decision away from a completely different life. We'll see you in the next one.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what?